we are live here.
Oh my goodness. Hello everybody.
How's everybody doing there? I'm Taylor from the Academy in New York.
And I'm Rob.
Yeah. Out here doing our first live session, our second live session from the Academy in New York.
That's right, we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to you guys asking questions. We'll try to talk nice and slow here because this is a lower level class here, so we just want to let you know that in the second session we may be speaking a little bit more quickly and maybe using a little bit higher level vocabulary.
Yeah. So we'll be going nice and slow here for this round, for round one, so that we can make ourselves understood and hopefully have yourself a good time. But we're going to be keeping a good eye on these comments down here the whole time that we're having our, well, it's not a lesson, is it, Rob? What is it exactly?
It's not really a lesson. It's kind of just to give you guys a bit of a taste of who we are. We are all-American native speakers at the Academy. And we try to keep our lessons fun, informative, and try to get you guys speaking fluently so you feel comfortable and confident.
Yeah. And that's exactly what we're doing today. So do you want to explain what our topic's going to be today, or would you like me to go for it?
Oh, I'll be glad to start off, Taylor.
Please help us out.
Yeah, so basically, a lot of my students, they often say that one of the things that they come to the school for English lessons is because they want to speak more confidently. They feel like they have trouble expressing themselves. And sometimes I ask them what it is that they have trouble expressing. And I wonder, is it about their feelings, or maybe it's just that they feel like they don't know enough vocabulary? So, what do you think it is?
Yeah, I always hear that there's a wall. I don't know, that's what my students always tell me, is they say there's this wall that sometimes I feel like I can't get across. Whatever that is maybe it's the confidence, maybe it's the feeling, they can't express what they want to express. But what we have here is some tips that we feel really work to help boost confidence and get past the expressing yourself, get past the wall, get past the block. Whatever you want to call it, that's what we're here to get you past. So we see some comments already here.
Yeah, please, anyone there, make comments. So basically, we're going to be talking about how to get you to speak confidently. We have a bit of list of topics here. So that some of it is very common sense. It's probably stuff that has popped in your head already, maybe something you already know. But it's always good to hear from teachers the stuff that we know gives results.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So yeah, in your comments, if you ever have any questions, feel free to ask them. If you have any questions that you want us to answer, or anything that you want us to help you out with, that's what we're here for the live session. So I see Marcin. How you doing there, Marcin?
I see my student Veronica there. Hello.
There's Veronica, Evelina, Edmund. Oh yeah, we got a lot of people already looking on. Yeah. Well, what do you say we look at the first point of topic? What do you think?
Let's do it. You wanna have the honors of kicking it off?
I'll tell you what, I will take the honors of kicking this one off.
All right.
This one is, we're going to change your approach to the form of learning. Now that's just a complicated way of saying I think you need to embrace and you need to have some new ideas. I have a lot of students come up to me and I ask them, what are you, what's your favorite show on Netflix? What's your favorite show on HBO? What's your favorite show of all time? And you know what they say?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
They say, I don't watch TV. They say, I don't like TV. I don't like movies.
I think it's a bunch of lies.
But they don't. Because they don't want to watch TV. They don't want to embrace a new style of learning. They don't realize that watching TV can actually be a learning experience outside of the classroom. So the first thing that I would tell you is you got to have a new form. You have to be thinking about English all the time outside of the classroom. So.
That's true. You know, whether it's watching Netflix, HBO Go, watching some series. Now the real question is, are you watching with English subtitles, Polish subtitles, or are you brave enough, no subtitles, and just listen to the English language? What are your theories on that? What do you think is the best approach?
Well, the best approach, I would say, is that when you're starting off at a low level, if you're in the A1 area, and you're just beginning, Polish subtitles, totally okay, they're fine. Let's get you comfortable with listening to the language. Let's get you comfortable with really trying to just bring in all of that audio experience. Now, as you start to get more advanced and you start to watch a little bit more, then absolutely English subtitles is an excellent practice. I know plenty of C1, super advanced, the highest students, they still watch with English subtitles. So there's never really a point when you stop. Because if you want to catch every little word, if you want to understand every little joke, but you know, there's no shame, there's no problem in starting with Polish subtitles and then moving to English subtitles, and then like you said, when it's brave time, when you want to feel really brave, go for zero.
I think we got an interesting comment here from one of our watchers here. It says, someone says, it's really funny because I feel like I understand everything. I have a problem, but I have a problem to translate to my daughter what we are talking about. This is from Anna. Thanks for chiming in. Taylor, what would you say about that?
That's a good comment. Yeah, I think the key here is we're saying, you know, the best way to simply understand what you're watching, I guess. If you put on Netflix with the subtitles, we're talking about the best way to understand what you're getting. Maybe that's the key.
That's right. So we have our next topic here. What do we got here? Finding a good teacher. Well, here we go. Academy, New York. We've been here for 10 years. We've had thousands of satisfied clients. I think we have all of our students, all of our teachers are native speakers.
Yeah. It's very important to find a good teacher, and well, it's pretty easy because we've already found all the best ones right up here at the Academy in New York, so that's easy. But I don't know how important is the student-teacher relationship, you think?
I think it's really important. And starting in April, we start in our new semester with online courses, and we're really encouraging everyone to sign up. We think it's going to be a great platform to help you guys be learning with us this next semester.
Oh, good. Yeah, don't forget we're watching the live session with Taylor and Rob.
That's right.
So we're going with 15 ways to speak English confidently. We've got a great comment from Inman down here. What's her comment?
She's saying to think in English. That's amazing, because I know when I try to think in Polish, my goodness, I think I'm years away from being able to do that. But I do meet many Polish people who are able to do it, and I guess it starts off with small steps. Maybe just with something as simple as perhaps ordering food, or maybe talking to a waiter, talking to somebody in a shop. Any other ways you could think about?
That's great. Yeah, keep it simple. I guess keep your thinking simple as possible. But yeah, if you're ever to even just take a few minutes out of the day to think in English, I guess that's pretty big right there. Because and just another tip, I'm just going to throw this out there. If you do have a girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, and they speak any English whatsoever, here is a good time to give yourself a 1 hour rule, where you're just together for 1 hour, and then the rule is zero Polish. You kind of choose an hour that is maybe not high stress or not very important, that you don't need to have a big moment where you're going to need that Polish, but you just have 1 hour where you and your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, best friend, doesn't really matter who, but you only speak that English for 1 hour, and that's going to naturally force you to think in English, I think.
I'd recommend having a strong, solid relationship when you start that. Maybe not first date material, if you know what I mean.
Don't try that on the old Tinder swipe first date, but other than that, it's pretty good.
Yeah. All right, so we got a next tip here. Okay, this is a big one, even for us. We have to remind ourselves right now, because this is lower level. We need to speak slowly.
Oh yeah.
I know, because when I'm learning a different language and people are speaking at full speed, it's like near mission impossible. So I know for you guys in our classes, it's really important for us to remember to slow down. And we're totally cool with you guys reminding us that we need to slow down. And we appreciate the reminders, because us native speakers, sometimes we get our minds going and we start a million miles an hour. But we do have a conscious effort to keep it slow so you understand every word and understand the grammar that we're using.
Yeah, speaking slowly is very important. Sometimes we forget, but it's also good for you to just speak slowly. Think about what you want to say before you say it, and gradually just get it out of there. So that's good.
I think we got some comments coming in here. Aga is chimed in. She said, "Hi, what are your ideas for remembering words?"
That's always a big question. Always.
That's a tough one. Yeah. My way of remembering words is to learn words that I need for survival. Living in a foreign country myself, there's certain words, if I don't know them, I'm not getting very far when I'm walking on the streets. And especially this lesson here is for a lower level group of people. So right now I'm thinking you need to be getting strong with your survival words. Words that you could go out, talk to people on the streets, maybe get directions, order food, buy things in shops. Stream there for a second.
I think we got it.
I think we're back in action. I'm not really sure where we left off, but we were talking about remembering words, and I think we're about to.
Well, there's one rule that I've always heard in the teaching world is that when you're learning a new word, you need to at least hear it, read it, use it, speak it. You need to be involved with that word at least 7 times is what I hear, which is why it's so important to watch Netflix, to read English articles, to be involved with English outside of the classroom, because if you use that word one time in the classroom, but then you go home and you're watching something and then it goes in again, okay, that's number 2. And then you're out there reading an article, it goes back in for the 3rd time. Really, they say that, yeah, you just have to use it, kind of a magic 7 number. So you just got to use it that many times. And so just be exposed as much as possible.
Yeah, and of course we're not going to say this now, but learning some of the taboo words in the very beginning, very common, very fun.
Yes.
and it kind of gets you having a fun little humorous start to learning a language. So
that's true. That's basically my Polish vocabulary is all of the bad words, and those are the easiest to remember. So
I know something about that.
Yeah.
All right, so
well,
moving on.
Don't forget, we're here at the live session with Rob and Taylor. We're up here doing, it's not really an English lesson. This is just kind of a taste of what we do up here at the Academy of New York. We're trying out a live stream, which is lots of fun while everybody's at home.
That's right. You get to hear us talk, hear the way we speak, hear our style of speaking, the way we interact with other people. And basically, when you come to us for a lesson, whether it be online or in person, we are able to use our materials and modify them to fit each individual student and suit them to each individual student's needs, whether it's an individual or even a group. We really pay attention to making sure everyone is learning what they came here for.
Well, good. And don't forget that we're starting our online courses. We've got our online courses going on, and we're going to really get kicking in April, so make sure to join up. Yeah, I see Veronica down here. She says that she talks with her husband and daughter in English whenever she can. Yeah, that's 100% the best thing you can do, especially if you have younger kids. They have naturally good pronunciation, and so that's really important. That's good.
Yeah.
Let's look here. What about another one? We have find time. That's a big one. I wanted to.
That is a big one.
I wanted to really.
I think we should dive into that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, find time. We'll say that again. You got to find time. You want to say it one more time?
You need to find the time. A very common thing that we often hear is we see a student after 1 week and, oh, how are you? Did you practice your English this week? Oh, I didn't have time.
Mm-hmm. Nobody has the time. You have to find the time. The time's there, but you really have to want to get it. You have to want to find it there.
I tell you, we're both musicians. We didn't start playing guitar just because it just came to us. We found the time to practice.
That's right.
And the language is the same thing. You guys need to find the time to practice. Now, I know when I was learning music, people said that if it's something you really want to learn and you really want to do it, you'll find the time.
Yeah, if it's something that you really want to improve, and again, we're talking about the 15 ways to speak more confidently, the 15 ways to speak more confidently, to speak better English, and we're just talking about one of the most important ones: find the time. Yeah, we were just saying that when we were starting guitar, you know, I don't know how much time did you spend practicing guitar?
A lot.
In the early days.
Oh, big time. You know, for some reason, when I heard the sound of the guitar, I loved it, and I would just go to my room and practice for hours every day. How about yourself? The same. You sit down for hours and you practice. You listen to music, you learn new songs, and you practice. So English is really no different in that regard. You want to come to class and you want to practice your speaking. That's your opportunity to speak with native speakers, to speak with other students. But then you have to find time on your own to really read. I see that Claudia says that she likes to just watch the news in English, which is very important as well. Yeah, you want to get your news in English. I think that's a great idea. The news is great, and another reason the news is great, even though while it may be quite depressing nowadays, but the reason why news is great is because reporters and good journalists use the language we speak and use on a daily basis. You know, they use this language because other people can relate to it, the masses, let's say, the masses of people. So reading the news or listening to news is a fantastic idea. That's great. But what's the most important rule that we were just talking about? We gotta find the time. You gotta find the time. And if there's anything you can remember, the key is to find the time. That's right. So let's see, what's another point you want to hit? Which one do you like the best? Let's take a little look here, please. Give me a moment. Perhaps. I like this point here. Remember that English is just a language. Yeah, relax a little bit. You gotta relax and have a little bit of fun with it. A lot of our students. Sometimes they're stressed out and they're afraid to speak, and you know, no one's going to bite your head off, especially us at the Academy of New York. You know, our job is to help you. Our job is to, if you make a mistake, we're not going to laugh at you, we're going to laugh with you. We want you to laugh at us and laugh with us. We love laughing. I have students laugh at me all the time. Not laugh with me. Laugh at me, which means, you know, there. And I'm totally fine with that. You know, you gotta have a sense of humor in this cruel world. It's tough out there. It is tough. It's tough. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. But no, that is a great one that you picked there. Yeah. And one that I'm going to connect to that is actually making mistakes. A lot of students say how important it is. It's very important to speak perfectly. It's so important to speak with no mistakes. And that's really not the case. We want to make mistakes. We want to really build as much confidence as possible. So you have to make mistakes to do that. We all make mistakes all the time. And in the classroom, that's part of learning, is making mistakes. And if we hear them again and again, then sometimes we correct them. But most of the time, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to just get that confidence in there. Don't be afraid of the mistakes. That's right. And I always like to remind my students too, when I was working in New York City for many years, I was working in a shop, and we would have clients coming in all day long. And the thing about New York City is you have people from all over the world. So all day long you're talking to people who are not native speakers. And sometimes when I would even be talking to people who were speaking English at an incredibly high level, almost at native level, but they weren't native born speakers, they still make mistakes, things that us natives pick up, and it's fine as long as we understand the basic concept of what someone is trying to say. That's the most thing about a language. That's conveying the thoughts in your head to another person, and people are smart. If you say something and it's a little bit off, people will most likely understand what you're saying, so there's no need to really stress out about it.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, let's take a minute here and get some questions from you. So we've seen some good comments, but if anybody who's watching right now has some questions for us, we're here to take them. I do see a comment from my student, Anastasia. She says the best way to remember new words is to watch funny videos with me.
This guy's a funny guy.
What can I say? Funny guy.
He makes me laugh, especially on Friday nights.
There we go.
With a beer. Oh.
But it is true. We do watch a lot of interesting, funny. Yeah, we just had a little blip there, but yeah, we're back again. This is Taylor and Rob up here from the Academy in New York doing our live stream.
That's right, and this is not, we'll just give another reminder out there, this first lesson is for a lower level. We're trying to speak slowly.
And it's not a lesson, this is just a taste of what we have. This is just kind of a conversational thing that we're doing.
Yeah, I'll give you some info about the Academy. We're starting a new semester in April. We're having people sign up for online lessons. And we'll tell you a little bit about the Academy. We're native speakers from America. We've been doing this for over 10 years. We have thousands of satisfied clients, and we really try to teach you to communicate and to get you speaking.
Absolutely. Yeah, and what we're also doing is if you have any questions, we're going to take them in the comments here. Or if you have any advice, for other students, things that have worked for you, feel free to put them down in the comments. I see Inman down here says, never obsess over mistakes. That's 100% absolutely correct. Do not worry about mistakes. Don't obsess about mistakes. We all make mistakes. I hear native speakers make mistakes all the time. If you look at our friends on our Facebooks, you would be horrified by our American friends.
Unbelievable.
The mistakes that Americans can make from time to time.
I'll even throw it out there. It's even possible when we're speaking now, we have a frame of thought that kind of slips to our brain and we say something and oops, we might have even made a little mistake. But we try not to.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
And then we have a half an hour every night from Claudia. That's a good advice. Good piece of advice. Yeah. And a half an hour every night, speaking, reading, listening, very important. But what we're doing here is focusing on 15 tips to get you speaking more confidently. So that's what we're doing here right now. So let's, again, feel free if you have any questions to put them in the comments. We'll get to them. But let's go for the next one here. Find a friend. That's absolutely connected to what I said before.
Please continue then.
Please find a friend. If your girlfriend doesn't speak English, find a friend. If your husband doesn't speak English, find a friend. Find somebody. And if you're having classes at the Academy of New York, you automatically have a friend. You need somebody to practice with. You need somebody. It's just like when you go to the gym. If you go into the gym, you need somebody to help you, go along. Which is, I need a gym friend. I really do.
That's good information. Maybe a little too much TMI.
You want to be my gym friend?
I'll always be your gym friend, buddy. We'll do some lifting of the weights.
Yeah, let's do it.
Run on a treadmill together. High five. All right, but yeah, it is good to find a friend. Maybe some of you are travelers, and you might have realized that whether maybe you didn't go to America or to England, but maybe you went to Spain or France, and just by visiting the country and being in the country, hearing it for just a short period of time, you probably picked up some new words and some language. So yeah, finding a friend that speaks the language is a great tip. And us at the Academy of New York, we are native speakers. You can speak to us, and please subscribe for our online course starting. You can even sign up now. Our new semester is starting in April, so please come.
Yeah, make sure to get on those online courses. Yeah, subscribe to those.
Yeah. Oh, we have another one here. You want to read one of those comments there?
Yeah, I like, that's another great suggestion is speak to the mirror, which is always good. If you don't have your friend around, if you don't have your wife, if you don't have your husband around, talk to the mirror, speak to the mirror, watch your lips, watch your movements. It's great practice to speak to anybody if you can speak into the mirror.
Yeah, you just might scare someone if someone you know walks in and sees you talking to the mirror. Whoa, what are you doing?
It's possible.
But hey, it's a great idea.
But it is good. What else do we have? Reading out loud. What do you think about reading out loud?
Reading out loud is a great idea. You get to hear yourself, and also writing. I know writing is a big chore because it's painful. I know when I try to write in Polish, boy oh boy, I make a lot of mistakes. But some people are kinetic learners, which means you have to kind of like physically touch the things that you're learning. Maybe that's why I'm good at a musical instrument, because when I touch it, that's the way I learn. Everyone learns in a slightly different way. But I know for me, writing words and also speaking out loud.
Absolutely. Yeah, it really helps with your pronunciation. It really helps with learning how to say these words. Because even if you come across a difficult word, things that we have done in class before can maybe help you, or you realize that there's a similar, almost a similar same rhythm to the word. It'll help you. So reading out loud is a great practice, a great idea. And then to take it one step more, read aloud into your mirror. That would help as well. So.
And also another tip there, use your recorder. You can listen to yourself. Oh boy, I don't know about you. I mean, even as a native speaker, when I hear myself speak, boy oh boy, it's a scary experience.
I hate hearing my own voice. This would be a nightmare to listen to this live later and hear my voice go off. But Siri. No. But the key is what you do want to do is use that recorder. That is a great idea. Even as
we have them on our phones nowadays. So
if you have if you have an iPhone, if you have a Samsung, well, we're not advertising for them right now, but if you have any smartphone,
any generic brand of phone,
any phone
any phone
has
you pick up.
a recorder right now. So that's a good.
That's right. Should we go on to our next tip here of how to speak confidently? That's right. If you're just chiming in, well, this is not a lesson. This is a lower level course. We're trying to speak slowly, use as simple words as possible, but we're also trying to make this a fun and informative kind of like way to speak to you guys and show you what we're up to. This is not a lesson. We're talking about ways to get you to speak confidently.
Yeah, just giving you some tips to help you speak confidently when you're using your English. So.
Yeah. Now, Taylor, aside from the language of speaking confidently, what about just speaking in general? I mean, is it always about the language, or is it also just maybe about your approach to the words coming out of your mouth, your posture, your frame of thought?
All right, posture could be anything. Sometimes if you're just kind of sitting back and you're maybe a little more relaxed, that's going to help some people. Just speak more casually. Some people need to be back straight, posture up. That's going to be kind of your decision. I don't know. How do you feel when you're speaking?
It's all about relaxing. It goes back. If you're just joining in, it goes back to a topic we touched upon a little bit earlier, where remember that English is just a language. You really need to relax.
You got to enjoy.
You got to relax and chill.
You don't want to be too stiff. We call that stiff and uncomfortable. You want to just relax and enjoy when you're doing that. But for speaking rhythm, what I'm going to give you is a point about listening and repeating. Listening and repeating. So let's say that you're watching one of my favorite movies, The Godfather.
It's a little violent for me. I'm a peaceful guy.
This peaceful guy.
This guy over here, I'm not, Hey, it's a good movie though.
Oh yeah, great movie.
Great movie.
But
Scorsese, right?
there's a and it's not Scorsese.
It's
not Scorsese.
Oh yeah, what was the guy's name? Director?
Francis Ford Coppola.
Oh yeah, right. Coppola, another good director.
Only the greatest movie of all time.
I'm a peaceful guy. I like peaceful stuff.
Scorsese. Only the greatest of all time. Okay. But let's say that you want to talk like somebody from New York, and let's say that you really, really like that movie. Then you take one of your characters. When you're watching a scene, you pause, you stop, you go back, you listen to the rhythm, you repeat. You pause, you stop, you go back, you listen, and you repeat. And this could be for any character. This could be for any video that you like. Maybe you want to sound more like a journalist, so you listen to journalists. If you want to sound like a gangster, then you watch The Godfather. It's whatever your choice is.
I like the point. Anastasia here has a cool comment. Please comment if you have any questions for us.
Oh yeah, don't forget we're here looking at the comments the whole time. So.
Yeah, we are starting our new semester in April. Please come and sign up for our online courses. We'll get you talking.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to take a look here at what Anastasia said. She said, to be confident when you're speaking English, you need to be sure you are speaking in a polite way with manners. That's a great point, because you know what? One thing you're always afraid of is to insult somebody in a different language. And sometimes I've had some experiences where some things get lost in translation. You say something that you think is actually quite nice, and someone who speaks a different language takes it the wrong way, and they don't understand. Maybe it was an idiom, maybe it was some kind of phrasal verb. I had a funny situation, when I was younger. I was talking to somebody who was Polish, and I was joking with them, and I said, "Hey, get out of here!" That's like it's just
hey, get out of here! Get out of here!
What do we mean when we say get out of here?
It just means hey, just what are you? You're crazy! Get out of here!
But in like a joking kind of way. It's like, come on. But the person I was talking to actually thought I said get out of here, and they laughed, and I said, where did they go? And so it is quite, there are some situations where you get into, you want to be able to speak politely. So at the Academy, we do try to teach proper ways of introducing yourself, saying goodbye, and ways to write emails, and answer phone calls in a polite way, so you don't get into those sticky situations.
Yep. Yeah, there's lots of good examples there that you needs to speak in a nice, polite way, but it does help build confidence.
Yeah, and speaking of sticky situations, there we got Evelina talking about sticky notes.
Yeah, absolutely. Sticky notes for learning new words is Evelina's suggestion. So, absolutely. If you want to learn everything in your flat, if you want to learn everything in your apartment, if you want to learn all of the parts of your car, then you have what's this called?
That's called the window handle.
Yeah, that's the old window handle. Now we've got that one down.
The automatic.
The automatic, window button. We got your gear shift. So you could put sticky notes on your gear shift, on your emergency brake, accelerator, brake, clutch. If you want to put sticky notes all over your car, that would work. If you want to put them all over your apartment, and you could actually remember everything in there. Or if you just have, some vocabulary that you're trying to remember from a class, then put those sticky notes, put those notes up all around you. So.
Yeah, and speaking about the car, one of my favorite lessons is to talk about things in your home. Guess what? A lot of people, even some more advanced English speakers, Polish English speakers, they don't even know what's in their kitchen. They don't know what's in their bedroom. They don't know what's in their bathroom. And these are such basic things. We spend so much time in our homes. So if you're visiting somebody, for example, in America or England, there's a very good chance they might be talking about something that's in the house. So it's a great idea to put sticky notes on these things in different rooms so you could learn. And another thing about things that are inside of a home is that a lot of verbs or phrasal verbs or idioms come from these objects as well. So the English language is kind of like a bunch of building blocks. You learn the basic stuff, and then eventually you're able to understand all of these more complicated things that we say.
Mm-hmm. Good. And what we're going to talk about, another one, is visualizing your success. We're not going to go into a motivational speaker rant or anything, but it is important to visualize where you want to be. Where do you want to be in 1 year? Where do you want your English to be in 2 years? Visualize, decide what you need to improve, what you want to improve, and how you are, going to improve that. Right. So it is important to visualize what you want to do and set goals and have your goals.
That's right. We got a question here from David. Do you know the best way to translate sentences in English when I'm watching movies on Netflix, for example, or do you know some good translators? That is a great question. And to be honest, I'm not sure what the best way to translate Netflix things are. Maybe to even watch the scene over again. I think I've done that before when I'm watching a movie with Polish subtitles and it's in Polish, I'm trying to understand the scene and they said something, I might rewind it and watch it a few times. And then, hey, maybe just even phone up a friend.
Call a friend. And actually, you can always cheat, because the thing with Netflix is that they have English subtitles, they've got Polish subtitles, they've got Ukrainian, Russian, they've got almost everything, I think. So you listen to it twice, like you said, you go back, you watch the scene again, you try to get it 2 times, try to understand it 3 times, and then if you just don't get the translation, if you just don't understand, then you can cheat. Put on your native language subtitles, and then, but you'll probably never forget that sentence that you had difficulty with.
That's right, because you put the effort in to figure it out. Please, once again, this is not a lesson. We're kind of just giving you a taste of the Academy in New York here.
But if you want to, we got to subscribe for our online lessons. We're starting up in April, so.
Yeah. Oh, and hey, Marta. I know Marta. Hey, Marta, how you doing?
Hey, Marta.
Writing is a great idea. We touched upon that a few minutes back, but yeah, when we're learning a new language, writing words, writing paragraphs, writing emails, writing even text messages. Hey, you know what? There's a lot of young whippersnappers out there that are using language that even is so slang that it might even be difficult for us to know. I'm getting older now, so what's a 13-year-old kid saying nowadays? But hey, it's great to write text messages to people, to native speakers, because we probably use some acronyms or some short ways of saying things in a very simple way. And
write as much as possible. If you want to write for fun, or you want to write emails, find somebody that you can write to, and like I said, once you start getting involved with students and you start meeting other English enthusiasts and you start meeting other English students, then they'll want to text with you and write with you, and that's very important. It's great practice. And these days we have spell check, which is also cheating, but you can just get a lot of help from the computer itself.
That's right. We're all on the way to become cyborgs, but hey, you know what? Enjoy the ride. Why not? All right. So let's. All right. So actually, we're kind of getting close to wrapping up this first session here. If anyone has any last minute questions here to ask us, please do.
Yeah, if you have any more questions or anything you want to comment in the comments, now's your time. We're going to be wrapping it up. I think we're going to start our new semester here at the Academy of New York in April. So we want to get you talking. So we want you to join us, and then you can also sign up for our online courses.
That's right. Let's talk about getting people talking. Getting people talking is really the essential, most important thing in learning a new language. When you start being able to say full sentences and feel relaxed about it, and be able to convey some ideas that you have in your head, whether it's just ordering food in a restaurant or just talking to a friend and making a joke, even understanding a joke, it feels so good to make that progress. And our main goal here is to get you talking.
Absolutely. Yeah, we like to use, in our classrooms, we like to use real videos from the news, anything that's just a little interesting, funny, anything that's going to really get you talking. I know that most of my lessons, you always have an opinion on whatever you just watched. And you're watching the Facebook Live from Taylor and Rob at the Academy of New York. We've been talking about the 15 ways to speak English confidently.
That's right, and please subscribe to our online lessons. We're pretty excited about it. We think it's a great platform to get people learning in the comfort of their own homes. And our new semester starts in April. We're signing up students now, so give us a call, write us an email, and we look forward to seeing you.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you what, we can take them out with the last one is learn the lyrics of your favorite songs.
Do you want to? Yeah, I mean, songs are a great way. We're both musicians. If you're just chiming in now,
we are musicians. We are musicians.
Yeah.
We want to say listen to your favorite songs and repeat the favorite songs.
Yeah.
Do you want to play a quick little tune before we take our break for our next group?
We have a few songs prepared. What song do you think has the best lyrics that would be
the best lyrics? I think we can do a couple of lines from a song by the way. But don't forget. Tomorrow's session, we've got who?
We got tomorrow. We're going to have a great session with Tamara and Chris, and they're going to give you a discussion about British versus American English and why you should learn the American one or why you might want to learn the American one. Not that there's anything wrong with the British one, but we are Americans, so we might be slightly biased.
Yeah, we're going to teach you American English because that's what we think is the best.
Exactly.
But yeah, Tamara and Chris tomorrow. And we're going to be kicking things here next hour at 7 o'clock. We'll be doing the upper level online Facebook Live.
That's right. We're not done yet. Come back in about 15 minutes, and we'll be teaching that upper level class.
Yeah, but we might as well jam a few songs. We got a few minutes, so yeah. Well, I just pulled out Nazareth. I was a feeling about a half past dead. Well, I just need some place where I can lay my head. Said, wait a minute there, Miss Lane, where a man might find a bell. He just grabbed and shook my hand. No is all that's said. Take a load off Fanny. Take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny. Yeah. You put the load right on. You put the load right on me. Well, I picked up my bag. We're looking for a place to hide. That's what I saw coming. Walking side by side. Said, wait a minute, Carmen. Well, come on, let's go downtown. Said, where you would go, but my friend can't stick around. Take a load off Fanny. Take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny. Hey Joe, where you going with that gun in your hand? Well, hey Joe, where you going with that gun in your hand? Going down to shoot my old lady. I caught her messing around with another man. Going down to shoot my old lady. I caught her messing around with another man. It ain't too cool. Well, hey Joe, where you gonna run to now? I think we're on Facebook Live now. We finally hit it here. So
we are on Facebook Live. Welcome everybody. We are the Academy of New York. I am Rob.
And I'm Taylor up here. We're teachers. We've been teaching here for, I've been up here about 3 years. How long have you been?
About the same. I've been a Polish resident for many years, but a proud member of this fine establishment for about the same time as you, Taylor.
Well, there we go. Excellent. Well, you're watching the live session. We got what we're going to be talking about for the next 45 minutes up here for the remainder of our session is kind of an upper level look, 15 ways to speak confidently. But really, you know, we're also going to be talking about that, but we want to take your questions and we want to take your comments, anything that you have, any ideas you need any help with, you know, we're here to help you out with that. So.
That's right. And one little difference about this session as opposed to our last one that we had at 6 o'clock is that this one is geared towards B2, C2 students. So we'd like to tell you a lot of the same stuff because we're going to be talking about the same topic, which is how to speak confidently. But we also want to tell you a little bit how we get higher level speakers to improve even more than they improve their skills even more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're looking at. So at any time during this, if you got any questions for us, feel free to throw them down here in the comments.
Yeah, we love reading those questions. Though.
Yeah, we especially like the ones that say you guys rock the house.
That's
and
right.
Love the sound of the guitar.
That's
we
right.
really like those. We like those.
Please keep them coming.
Probably the best. And then you look great too. You know.
I think that's geared towards you.
I think that was toward. Oh, it's guys. It's for everybody.
So, yeah. All right, cool.
But that's what we're doing here today. I'm Taylor, so maybe some of my students are watching. Maybe some of your students are watching.
I think so. I've seen some of them in the comments there.
Well, good. But here we are. So let's just start with our first tip. Which is going to be changing your approach to learning, which is just going to be pretty much a complicated way to say open your mind a little bit, be open to new ideas.
That's right. So one topic that we were talking about before was watching movies, whether it be HBO Go, Netflix. Now, last time we were talking to lower levels, so we were suggesting maybe watch with subtitles, read the subtitles, maybe even in subtitles with your own language, but if you feel more brave, switch to subtitles in English. But now that we're talking to the big guns, the people who have quite a bit of skills there, we got to up your game a little bit.
Yeah, we got to take you up to the next level. So.
That's right. So how are we going to do that, Taylor?
Well, the first thing is what I'm always surprised at is when I have these advanced students come in and they're sitting there and I say, so what have you been watching lately? And they say, like, I don't watch TV, I don't watch anything. And I say, are you out of your mind? You have to always have English coming in one way or another. So you need to have a few hours dedicated to your news programs. If you're not watching the news, then yeah, go find something. Game of Thrones was huge this past year. If you don't want the British English, then go for something else. I'm always recommending the best TV shows of all time. Breaking Bad is a great one.
Breaking Bad was great. I'm a late bloomer with that. Yeah. I just finished the season. Well, when did that come out? Like 10 years ago?
Yeah, 10 years back or something.
I'm a little behind the time.
But still just as good as the day it came out. So
Fantastic
we'll just tell you there right away. Go watch Breaking Bad if you haven't seen it yet. Yeah. But whatever you did that day in class, you happen to remember a piece of grammar, something clicked in your head. When you just go back later and you're watching something or you're reading something, it doesn't matter. You're going to come across that little bit of grammar or that little vocabulary that you learned that day, and it's going to reinforce it. And it's going to bring it back. So the first thing is that you have to change your approach, and you have to be willing to surround yourself with English all of the time.
Yeah, that's a great point. I would just like to add to that, in that when you get to a high level, it's very easy to kind of, let's say, plateau, and then you're kind of stuck, and you're like, how do I get to this next level? What do I need to do to push myself? Maybe you might even be thinking, hey, maybe I can't go farther. Maybe this is as good as I'm going to get. But I'll tell you what, we are musicians, and I think our skill of learning music is similar to learning English. And I'll tell you what, after many years of playing, I've had times when I've plateaued, but it does go back up. But the thing is, you do have to change your approach to forms of learning. What you need to do is push yourself. You need to maybe try a different angle. You can't rely on the techniques you use to get to the level that you're at now. You need to maybe read more difficult things, maybe even, hey, read a philosophy book with some like new crazy idea about what's happening in the minds of people, just like something modern, and just to kind of make something click in the brain that gets you thinking in a different kind of way. It's really important to think outside your little box that you've been in.
Yep, absolutely. So we got to get in the new way. So if you don't like to read, I'm sorry, you got to read a little bit more. Like I said, if you don't want to read big books, just stick to the articles. If you really want to challenge yourself, if you want to get into your C1 range, the New York Times is going to be
fantastic.
New York Times is as difficult as it's going to be, but
great
you
report.
can,
great writers.
And don't forget to subscribe online for our online courses as well. And this is your opportunity to listen to us. You can also just subscribe directly to me one-on-one, or directly to this guy if you're interested.
That's right, and we have lots of teachers at the Academy. Whether you're subscribing to lessons with one of us or one of the other guys, we are all native speakers. We've been doing lessons here in Poland for over 10 years. We have thousands and thousands of very happy customers. So we have a lot of experience, and we look forward to having new clients. We have our new semester starting in April, so hey, come and sign up for lessons. We look forward to, you can learn in the comfort of your own home.
Already, yeah. And that's kind of what brings us to one of our other points that we hit earlier, is the importance of finding a good teacher, because you need somebody that you can relate to, somebody that you can learn with, and that's the great thing about the Academy, is that we have so many teachers to choose from. If you are in a mode where you want to really improve your grammar and focus on grammar, we have a teacher for that. If you have you really desire to want to increase just your fluency and getting comfortable speaking, we have that. If you want to focus on course book, textbook, we got that. But then like I said, in some of my classes, I like to really use a lot of real material from ABC News, NBC, just interesting taboo topics. Sometimes my students will tell you we talk about all kinds of weird taboo stuff in there, but those
are great lessons.
They're great.
The weird stuff is often a lot of fun.
It's impossible to not say something.
Right,
so you have to say something, because after you watch whatever strange topic, you just have to say something, even if you can't think of the exact word. You just have to get it out there because you have an opinion. So
that's right.
But that's what I've always enjoyed about the Academy, is that we have a teacher for everybody. Whatever it is that you want, you can find somebody up there that will do it. So.
That's right. And if you start taking lessons, we really listen to our students. If we get a sense that maybe, hey, what we gave you was not necessarily your cup of tea, we change. We work with our students to fit their needs, to find what makes them click and turns them on. So whether it's reading, watching, listening, talking, all sorts of subjects, we really love to kind of figure it out what it is that gets you learning.
And Wojciech says hi. So hey Wojciech, how you doing there? So we got that. We got somebody agrees with you about playing the guitar, about hitting those plateaus and staying at the same levels. So yeah, that's what's great too, is us playing music. So if you're into music, that we can connect all of that for sure. So again, we're up here at the Facebook Live session at the Academy in New York. Just giving you some tips to speak confidently. If you have anything that you want to say into the comments, we'll be here reading them. So if you got any questions, if you got any comments, we'll be watching them.
Yeah,
so.
This isn't a typical lesson. We're not teaching really so much right now. We're just kind of giving you a taste of how we talk, what our approaches are, so you get a sense of what the Academy is offering you. So we're just talking right now about 15 ways to speak confidently.
So we hit change your approach. So you got to keep an open mind. Change your approach to learning. We said, what was the?
Okay.
Oh, that's
a whiskey drinker there.
Oh, good. Having a little drink. Nothing wrong with that.
It's 7 o'clock. I think it's time.
So that's nothing wrong with that. So we were talking about changing your approach and finding the right teacher. So let's go ahead and hit point number 3, which is finding time. I drilled this in the last Facebook Live session. You have to find time. You got to find time. If you remember anything, you got to find time, because a lot of people say I don't have time. But did you have 30 minutes on the way to the on the way to work? Did you have 20 minutes when you were sitting playing on your phone? If you move that to something with English, read an article, watch a video, talk to somebody that you can text in English. That's an opportunity there. So you have to find time.
Right, and if you're watching this again, you watched the first session and you're watching, you'll hear us maybe repeat some stuff, but one thing that we were talking about is like with learning an instrument. If you really want to learn something, you got to find the time and do it. And so a lot of times we do hear from students, I didn't have time to read, didn't have time to do homework.
Didn't have time to do homework. Didn't have time to do homework.
Yeah, but hey, if you love something, you make the time. And hey, and also a very important thing is, and a very realistic thing, is that in this world, English is such an important language, and it's not maybe necessarily something you really love doing. Maybe you don't even love the idea of it, but you need it for your job, or you need it for to travel. And so a lot of Polish people are out there might be thinking, hey, it's a very global world right now. We need to be able to communicate with our partners in a different country and stuff like that. So I can understand the difficulty that you might be having if it's not necessarily something you love, but you need it. So we also work with you to try to get you to enjoy the process a little bit more, and also get you learning the English that you need for your profession as well.
Yeah, that's what we try to get a lot of my students to do, is just to present it in a fun way, enjoyable way, and just in a natural way, so that you don't feel like you're taking a strict class. You feel like you're just having just a good time, casual time, speaking and using and learning in that way. So
and we love laughing. If you're watching this, we like to make jokes, and sometimes we say some crazy stuff, but it's all in an effort to kind of get you to enjoy your time with us in the learning process as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you don't have any other questions at the moment, we can go on to the next topic. I've also said we still got some whiskey drinkers down here in the comments, so they've gone there.
Yeah, I think by the end of the session we might be selling some drinks as well.
Well, we're going to go to the next one, is speak slowly. This one's kind of controversial, so you're welcome to offer your input. Because I've noticed that about 50% of my students, I'd say about 50% of my students, they have the problem where they're directly translating Polish to English. And so they're taking Polish grammar and they're moving it into English. And so what they're doing is you're thinking too fast. And what you need to do is slow down and speak a little slower and think about what you're saying if you don't want to make mistakes. The other 50%, it's kind of the opposite. What they're doing is they're thinking too much and they're too slow and they want to be faster. So really it kind of depends on the learner that you are. So if you're automatically translating Polish to English in your head and you're spitting it out fast, I would say slow down. And if it's the opposite way, is if you're saying, well, I'm trying to think how to correctly say it in English in my head, then you can, feel free to make a little more, mistakes there. But it's a 50-50, so I don't know, what do you think? What's your idea?
No, that's a great point. I'd like to add to that, because one thing that's actually quite amazing about many people out there that are watching, not only do you know Polish, not only do you know English, but you might know 1, 2, 3, 4 other languages. And so I know some people out there that sometimes they're trying to speak one language and then they don't even speak their native language. They don't speak English. They speak maybe Italian or Spanish or something, and they get it mixed up. So it's a lot of information there to kind of compartmentalize in your brain, and it just takes a lot of practice, a lot of going over stuff and focus. So it's a great point to speak a little bit slower, gather your thoughts, and hey, there's no rush to say something. Most of the time when you're speaking, you're not in an emergency. You just need to be able to communicate your thoughts. So take a moment, take a breath, and speak slowly.
Yeah. But that's the most important thing. Also, is another big key is don't be afraid to make mistakes. So if that's what you want to improve, you say, Taylor, I want you to tell me all of the mistakes I'm making because I want to speak more accurately, I want to speak more correctly, then I'll say, absolutely, we can work on that and we can improve that. But the most important thing to anybody who's listening to anybody is just communicating the idea. So if we can communicate and we can understand what we're trying to say to each other, then that's the real key, I guess.
I'd like to point out a little comment here that we got from one of our fellow teachers. Hey, Tamara, how you doing? I'm glad to see that you're watching there.
It's nice to see you.
It's nice to see you.
Because I was watching you last night.
I think she was sitting right here in
it's
this
only
chair.
Fair. Yeah, very
I'm
nice.
sitting in your chair, Tamara, taking the
So
throne.
what is Tamara's advice?
Tamara's saying she says to learn, study something that you like, but do in English. For example, watch a good cooking show. Hey, that's right. So even if English is not your passion, maybe cooking is.
Yeah.
Maybe learning how to build furniture is your passion. So hey, watch it in English. So at least then you'll be watching something that you're passionate about in the language that you're trying to learn. It's a great tip there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, because if we're trying to, like I said, increase our guitar ability, we want to go take guitar lessons. But at the same time, we want to learn, some Polish while we're at it.
Yeah.
That's a great way because you have to, and you naturally enjoy it more because it's going to be vocabulary that you use more often, and generally a topic that you're going to enjoy a lot more. So it is a good idea.
Yeah. Cool. So one thing you may not know if you're watching, our new semester starts in April. And this is not a lesson, we're just telling you a little bit about the Academy, but you
just
sign
kind
up
of
for,
rapping a little bit, just kind of chilling, so.
Chilling, talking the talk, trying to get those C1, B2 high-level learners to the next step and show you how, tell you about our approach to teaching. Our new semester starts in April, you can sign up for it already. Online lessons.
Yeah, and don't forget that if you have any questions for us or any advice to other students, make sure to put it in the comments. Because we're here watching and answering anything that you have to say. So we really want to hear from you, and if any of our teachers are watching as well, feel free to offer up some advice of your own. So that's what we're here for.
Exactly. On that point, I don't know about you, Taylor, but seeing people chime in with comments there and answering questions from the people watching is actually, I think, my favorite point right here. So bring them on.
Bring on the questions.
Come on.
Especially, if you think, hey, wait a minute, I disagree. If you think it's wrong, then, let us know, because it'll bring it out.
Exactly.
Which kind of brings you, to another point I wanted to hit was leave your comfort zone. We call our comfort zone is that nice, comfortable area. Some people say, well, I only want to talk about my job. I only want to talk about things that I really know about. that's when I like to just throw them some topic that is absolutely, well, what we say in English is, I think they were talking about that last night in their idioms. We're always using sports idioms in American English that were out in left field, we say, just coming out. So I throw you a topic that you have zero knowledge of. You don't know any of the vocabulary that you really need to know. So what you're trying to do is just figure out how can I explain what I want to say, you know, in a roundabout way, just trying to explain these, you know, explain the ideas that I have, even though I don't really, I'm not really comfortable with the topic. So you have to get out of your comfort zone.
No, that's a great point. You know, and it's funny because living in a foreign country ourselves, we're learning Polish ourselves, and so we are teachers, but at the same time we are students. And it's funny, as a teacher, we could see that yes, you need to get out of your comfort zone, and it's easier said than done, because I know sometimes when I'm in a lesson myself, I kind of also go up into a ball. I don't want to make an idiot of myself. I start doing the same exact things that I tell my own students not to do. So guess what? It's natural. It's human nature. We don't want to look stupid. We don't want to feel like we're saying things that are not intelligent. But it is part of the learning process, and we have to kind of force ourselves to get out of that comfort zone. And so if we're talking about a subject that you might not feel comfortable with, hey, you know what? Just start joking around with us and just roll with it, because it might actually help you out quite a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It looks like Carter's here as well. So
hey, Carter.
Yeah, Carter and
Carter's my teacher here.
Yeah, they were doing it last night, and he's here now. So he's got some insights. Carter, if you got anything you want to say, throw it out there. I see one of the comments says that, I hear you, Taylor. He was saying about, you know, just what we were saying about making mistakes, but I just wanted to sound perfect, and that's okay. But yeah, we all make mistakes, and it's best to just get what you have out there. So, but you know, but practice makes perfect. You want to be perfect, you know,
That's right.
You have to practice a bit.
That's right. In language, the one thing is that language is not math. In math is like a set of rules. You could learn like 2 + 2 = 4, or some division or multiplication, and it follows a rule. So sometimes in math, you learn the rule and you know how to do it. Language is different. Language you have to feel, you have to hear it, you have to have some kind of emotional connection. And actually another thing that I love to talk about or get my higher level students doing is to connect on some kind of emotional level. It's funny, sometimes it almost winds up feeling like some sort of like therapy session, or some sort of like group intervention or something like that. But you know, we talk about these hot button topics or these controversial subjects because these are the subjects that kind of get our brains ignited on fire. If you can bring in any kind of emotion into your English, and you can connect an emotion to a particular speaking point, that's only going to help. And I always recommend that. That's why you know, sometimes when we have heated hot discussions, and then you have some arguments and you have some different sides, it's actually very it's difficult for the room, but it's very good for English learning, because now you're passionate, now you have some emotion in your speaking, and you can't cheat and go off to Polish. You have to say what you need to say in English. Hot topics, taboo topics, that's always a great idea. So you know. We're never trying to offend anyone. We try to see everyone's points of view. But it's great to get people feeling things. Because I know for myself, we were talking about kinetic learning before, where you learn by writing and actually doing some exercises. But also, I'm the kind of learner, I don't know about yourself, but when I feel something, when I feel a word, or I feel the situation, it sticks in my brain, and I learn from experience. So all of these situations, even if it's a little bit uncomfortable, might actually be beneficial for you.
Oh, good.
We have a comment talking. I'm not exactly sure if I completely understand. Someone is in Zakopane, and I think I'm not sure what a Swiwowicka is. I'm sorry. I apologize. I will try to learn it in my next Polish lesson.
Well, I see another one here. Yesterday, I was watching a great material of some Polish sports journalists. about, again, I'm not going to try to pronounce that name. I can do Tomish, but I'll let the other go. You want to try the last name?
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that. And I'll also apologize beforehand. I think it's Juszczyk.
Yeah, hey, we can't be afraid to make mistakes. So yeah, Tomasz Juszczyk?
I believe the J is kind of silent.
Oh, not Wojciech. I was talking about
there's
Tomasz.
I think that's Ćwikała.
Ćwikała.
Or maybe Ćwikała.
Maybe, I don't know.
Great name.
Tell him how he's doing. But he was watching a sports journalist about learning foreign languages, and he was talking about using English subtitles, watching Netflix, and remembering 2,000 of the most known words, using some apps like Memrise. So yeah, that's the great thing about, I mean, good Lord, the internet, is that you can Google, what are the 2,000 most common words in the English language, and then if you want to study them and you want to go for it, go for it. And then but while you're studying and you're remembering, put on your Netflix subtitles and go for that.
Right, and one thing I'd like to add to that is that here's a little bit of humble pie for you advanced speakers, that a lot of times some of the most important words you really need to get good at are the little ones, the prepositions, the articles. Where to put those articles is a nightmare for so many people. And granted, listen, if you say some stuff and you make some mistakes and you put the article in the wrong place, or you're leaving one out, or you use the wrong preposition, people are going to understand you. But you're a higher level, right? So you want to master that lingual technique there with using these things correctly. So sometimes you want to learn the big words because you think what you want to explain to someone might require one of those big words, but a lot of times the little ones are equally as important.
Yeah, and it's also funny too, because I have a lot of advanced students that tell me that their speaking is amazing, they're so fluent, their vocabulary is so high, and then they just get stuck on something that's like simple in regards, like the past tense of bite, and they go, oh my god, what is the past tense? I learned that 10 years ago, and they realize that you lose some of the simple things, which is totally normal, and and the more advanced you get, problem is it's just the more frustrating it is. But that's the key. We can't be afraid to.
Yeah, and sometimes people get overconfident too. They get to, and we also see this with our some of our music students too. Is they learn a couple songs, they learn a couple chords, and next thing they think they're Jimi Hendrix or something. So it's like you gotta keep it. If you want to keep progressing, you gotta humble yourself a little bit and understand that hey, there's always more to learn. I mean, even us, you know how many words are in the English language? Every once in a while you're reading something like, whoa, 40 years of life, I never even read that word. So it's there's always something new to learn. So when you're learning English, keep it humble and know that there's always a next level to achieve.
You play guitar with enough people, you realize that there's somebody always out there that's going to smoke you on stage, no matter how good you are.
There's always someone better.
Shred it up.
That's right. That is wise words right there.
Well, we see we got Jan. See again, we're not afraid to make mistakes. Jan Ambrosikevich.
I think that's a good attempt there.
I think it's good. I have the problem that I understand a lot from listening, but I have a big problem with speaking and breaking the comfort zone. Yeah, I hear that all the time, is I can understand so much, but I just have trouble breaking that speaking barrier. So again, that's right to what we've been talking about, is make mistakes. If you don't understand, if you don't know the word, that if you can't think of the word, you have to describe that word. You have to explain what it means. Even it's always a good practice. It's a good little habit to take simple words and then have to figure out a way to describe that word in a different way.
That's right.
Such as water. Okay, well, what is water? Well, it's this wet substance that when it gets on your clothes, it makes you uncomfortable. And so here you are explaining water, but it helps you get into that mindset so that when you have to explain a difficult word, you're able to, get through that.
Funny little story on that topic about water. One of my favorite things, a few years back, I was teaching the differences between pond and a lake. A pond is a small little body of water, a lake is a big one, and someone asked me, well, what's the difference? Where's the boundary? What makes a pond and a lake and a lake? And I thought to myself, well, That's a mighty good question. So, do you know the answer?
The difference between a pond and a lake. Lake is a little bigger.
The amazing thing is, and this is why there's always something new to learn. You know, we know what a pond and a lake is, but
Pond is natural. Always.
The thing that makes a pond is that it's more shallow, so the sun's rays reach the bottom and things can grow. In a lake, the water is too deep, and the sun's rays do not reach the bottom.
I bet you didn't think we were going to go there. Now we're talking about
even 3 years ago, I had no idea.
Science and biology. Tamara again has another piece of advice for study time and speaking with a partner. Yeah, choose a TV show and mimic one character. Yeah, we talked about that earlier, is listening and mimicking. You know, a lot of people, I can't remember his name. It was Jorgen. He was one of the soccer premier coaches.
Not much of a sports fan.
Sorry, we're not big soccer guys, but he said that he learned English entirely through the sitcom Friends, which I think everybody here has seen at some point. And I think he liked Joey, and he said that I just acted, I just repeated and mimicked what Joey said, and I liked his delivery. I liked his his speed, the way he joked around, and the rhythms that he hit. So yeah, find a character, your favorite TV show, and just mimic and kind of use their, because you talk different than I do, Tamara talks different than we do, so you just everybody has their own,
Did you ever have a TV character that you love so much that you love copying what they say?
Oh yeah. Well, I have one right now. I'm watching Justified.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's he's pretty cool. But John Wayne. Oh yeah, he's great.
Walter White from Breaking Bad. We were talking about that last session.
Yeah,
it's great.
Loved photography and learned a lot of words from YouTube by watching countless numbers of films about photo. Yeah, so Carol is talking exactly what we said earlier with Tamara's advice. To do something that you love and then do it in English. Carol loved photography, so he made sure to watch some documentaries and watch movies about photography. So same thing, it's great.
Good point. We'd like to remind you that you're watching our live session here. Not
a typical lesson. Not a typical lesson.
We're just talking the talk.
Just rapping, we call it. We're just rapping. We're just
showing you kind of like, let's say, our personality. The personalities of a couple of the teachers. There are more teachers at the Academy besides me and Taylor. But we're going to be continuing this live session. So you get to meet us in the comfort of your own home. We all know what's going on nowadays, so staying home and staying safe is a good thing to do.
It's the most important thing.
Our new semester is starting in April, and you can sign up for our online sessions and take lessons with me, with Taylor, and some of our other teachers. And it's a great way to keep learning if you're stuck at home.
Yeah, and if you're watching this right now, we're going to be doing this all week. So it's Rob and I tonight. Last night it was Tamara and Carter. And tomorrow it's Tamara and Chris, I believe. So they're going to be talking about British versus American English. And we're talking about, ways to speak confidently. So we'll be doing these Facebook Lives all week. So
That's right.
We have Alexandra. Said it's good to see me. Nice memories.
Cool.
Good to see you again, Alexandra.
Excellent.
It was nice teaching you there.
Very nice. I think we're up to another talking point of our how to speak confidently. Because I'm not exactly sure who's watching out there. We see some people in our comments, but maybe you're just joining in now. And so what we're doing is we're talking about how to get people to speak more confidently. This conversation is maybe some tips for some higher level learners, B2, C2 level. These people already have quite a fluent ability to speak, but hey, there's always new things to learn, and we're trying to give you some tips about how to speak more confidently and feel better about your speaking.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so what is the next topic we got there, Taylor?
Oh, I would say that the next one was find a friend. This was an important one that I was talking about earlier. If you have a girlfriend who speaks some English, if you have a boyfriend that speaks some English, husband, wife, even if you're best friend, it doesn't really matter. If you don't have a significant other that speaks English, find a friend that does. And you can find them in class, you can find them online. I know that there's a million Facebook groups about speaking English in Poland. But what a good rule is that somebody told me once was, if your husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend speaks English, what you want to do is you want to take 1 hour out of the day, and usually you want it to be an hour that's not that important, because if somebody calls you and it's drastic and you have to solve a problem at work and you can only use English, you could maybe go to Polish if it's an emergency. But generally you just kind of want a relaxed 1 hour where the rule is zero Polish, zero native language, whatever your native language is. So whatever you have to talk about, whatever you're talking about for that hour, you cannot revert back to your to your native tongue. You just have to speak English for that hour. And I've heard that just works great. I tried it with Polish with my girlfriend once, and I think I learned how to say father, but I've already forgotten that. So that was about it. But it's if you know more English than I know Polish, because my Polish is A0.01.
Yeah, and I would like to give a little disclaimer on that tip. It's a great tip, great thing, but like I was saying in the first session, if you're gonna try to force someone to speak a different language, maybe it's maybe not necessarily with a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend. It could be a little touchy. Some people don't like to be forced to do things, so we don't want to be responsible for any breakups out there. So hey, maybe find a friend that has the same passionate interest in language learning as you do. Maybe your partner does, and that'd be great for you. But if not, hey, don't force it on somebody. But it is a great technique. Thank you, Taylor.
Not a bad idea. That's true. And never do it on a first date either. Don't do it on a first date.
Or hey, maybe you never know.
Oh, maybe that's a key. But that is a good rule. Is find a friend. Find a friend, or if you could do that. So I see. Jürgen Klopp. That was his name. He was Klopp. And how you doing? Yeah, how you doing, Mateusz? How you doing? Little Joey there. So.
I see. Gat there. Hey, Gat. How you doing? Yes, I don't have corona.
It's nice of you.
I think we're all gonna get it eventually. But hey, I'm gonna be strong and survive.
Tough it out.
That's right. And you know why? Because our new semester is starting next April. Actually, just in a couple of weeks, and you can already sign up for online sessions where we can learn comfortably at home.
Yeah, these Facebook Live sessions are a chance for you to get a taste of our lessons in an online form. We're doing a lot of one-on-one private lessons online, and they've been going great. They really it's really useful to use the chat features and sending the materials and just in a different way, because we've kind of hit some different times. So we just have to adapt and figure it out. But it's been working great so far. So
that's right, and it's a lot of fun. It's really not so much different than learning in person. And we send the files to our students, and we talk, and very much in the very same way.
Mm-hmm. Well, good. Well, we got one more. We could say visualize success. I did like that one earlier. We're not going to go into a full Tony Robbins, Gary Vaynerchuk, what his name. We're not going to go into a big full motivational speech about visualizing your success. But it is important to kind of visualize, where you want to be in a couple of years, or in 6 months. What's your goal? I mean, realistically, you say let's sign up. I want to get some English lessons. Where do you want to be, at the end of the year? Where do you want to be in 6 months' time? You do need to visualize, what do I want to improve? Do I want to focus on grammar? Do I want to focus on vocabulary? Do I want to build fluency? Or am I just trying to get a better understanding of it all? It's kind of...
Are we back live? Hello. We lost you for a second.
We're back. Realistic.
We're talking about being realistic with your goals. So sometimes... Hey, it's like with the gym. Sometimes people feel unhappy with the way they either look or feel, and they set these unrealistic goals, like in 3 weeks I'm going to lose 10 kilos, or in 3 weeks I'm going to do this and do that. Same thing with learning a language. Sometimes people set unrealistic goals, like I'm going to be speaking fluently in 6 months. Hey, maybe some people could do it, but let me tell you, it's not that easy. So maybe just chill out. I think chilling out in life in general is a good rule.
Yeah, that was another one of our rules,
Yeah.
was relax. It's
Yeah.
just a language, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, so why don't we talk about that topic? Remember that English is just a language. You need to relax when you're learning it. Nobody's going to make fun of you, or say something bad towards you if you make some mistakes. So just relax, and that's really the best way to learn, because more things will stick with you, and you won't stress yourself out. Stress is a learning debilitator.
Yeah. Anything that I have ever learned, I mean, from anytime you're starting to do something new, that's what the instructor tells you first, is like, okay, by the way, you're tense, you know, your shoulders are tense, you need to relax. And that's the first key, is that, you just, relax first, and then it helps you, enjoy it. Because, in the end, English is just a way to communicate, and it's, it's very important, obviously, but, you got to have fun, and you need to enjoy it while you're doing it. So, don't overstress.
That's right. I think we only got about 4 or 5 minutes left. So if anyone has any last minute questions,
if you got any more questions, or you got anything you want to say,
give it to us.
Give it to us. We're here. We're waiting for it.
We love these questions.
We love
these comments. Come on. Bring it on.
Yeah, Amelia said that if anybody feels, if you don't feel confident speaking English, just listen to us pronounce Polish names. So again, we have to practice what we preach. So we have to, we have to pronounce these names. So it's. I got to.
I'm so shocked. I butchered those names. I can't believe it.
You thought you were better.
I thought I was perfect with those names. Oh well.
But that's how we do it. We try to do anything that we say. But really, that's just kind of what we've been doing. Again, I'm Taylor, and this is Rob up here. We're teachers at the Academy of New York. Don't forget to subscribe for the online classes that we have going. New semester starting in April.
Sign up now.
Sign up, get on there. Like you said, if you're into the personalities of the teachers that you're going to meet this week, talk about setting up some online lessons, and we'll be happy to get it going with you.
Hey Taylor, our last tip of speaking confidently is learning the lyrics of favorite songs.
Oh that's true.
And why would I mention something like that?
Why would you talk about learning lyrics to a song? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, unless you were talking about I don't know, playing a little music or something.
You play a little tune for these guys?
You would play it. If you guys want to hear a little tune, we'll play a little tune for you.
What tune do you think we should play?
I don't know. Something with some good lyrics. Maybe The Wait.
The Wait? Alright, let's do it.
Well, I pulled down to Nazareth. I wasn't feeling about 1/2 dead. I just need some place where I can lay my head. I said, hey there, mister, where a man might find a bed. He just grinned and shook my head. No was all they said. Take a load off Fanny. Take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny. You put the load right on. You put the load right on me. You put the load right on me. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow. We got Tamara and Chris are going to be doing the differences between American English and British English. And then, of course, you just tune in all week and we'll be here chilling and hanging out. So remember, they're not lessons. They're just kind of a, little something different. Little taste. Let Rob take one there. I picked up my bag, I went looking for a place to hide. And that's when I saw Carmen and the devil, they were walking side by side. I said, hey, wait a minute, Carmen, well, come on, let's go downtown. She said, well, I can't go, but my friend can stick around. Take a load off Annie, take a load for free. Take a load off Annie. Put the load right on, put the load right on me. Put the load right on me. Thanks for hanging out with me and Rob here. Rob, Taylor, Academy, New York. Hope to see you sometime soon.
See you soon.
Stay safe. Healthy.
Stay safe out there. Yeah, that's right.